Demetre. Okay. That's a long time, man. I was reading through the post, man. I wanted you to because I read it through multiple times, and I did a video on it where I literally read the whole post verbatim and stuff like that. And a lot of people was asking me in the comment section, bro. They was like, what are you able to go more into details, like defining toxicity? Like how was she toxic? Because you were saying that she had a lot of toxic traits and stuff like that.
Well, this is also what I didn't. I like, because I couldn't use the whole entire story. I would take part in the reason she became toxic. And I was just, I mean, again, I got with her in the midst of my whole thing. Yeah. So I'm texting, I'm flirting with other girls and whatnot. So on my social media, and that rubbed her wrong. And I wasn't, for me it was playful, kind of, but like I also was not super considerate of her feelings in the beginning of our relationship. And so then, shortly after that, I began to make adjustments. Like, my intentions were never to make her uncomfortable. I was just, I was in the middle of a lifestyle and kind of switched it up last minute for this person. And then, her toxicity increased because she allowed her mother to control a lot of her decisions and her movement. My siblings, it really started with her because she was pressing like, oh, do they like me? What do they think about me? And then, kind of peer pressure me one day. I'm under the influence of marijuana, which is what I used to like to call my fuck it. Yeah. And I let her know the truth of how they felt. And she, ever since then, she was just like, oh, no, I don't I'm like, well, you guys are all weird because you never even had the chance to sit down with each other, and you guys are going off of memories from elementary school. We're all in our 20s. Like, irrelevant for real. So, but I would say a large part of her toxicity stemmed from her allowing her mother to control her decisions and her movement as an adult, and I really disagree with that. I was not allowing my mom to be in any of my adult affairs and tell me what it is that I can and cannot or should not be doing like that. If I needed wise counsel, I would do that. But as an adult, everything is trial and error. So we're just out here trying to figure it out ourselves rather than, what our mom thinks we should be doing.
No, that's real, man. That's real. That's real. And the whole thing about it, man, is especially just hearing you say that, man, is you damn take accountability for that stuff. That, hey, yo, listen, I took a place in this part too. I had to deal with this. I had to deal with that. I did this and stuff like that. So I respect it, man. I respect it. Me personally, I don't like when, especially being a grown ass man, I don't like being with a woman and I gotta hear stuff from your mom or my mom said this, my mom said I don't like that. Oh, my homegirl or my cousin, I don't like that. I'm not dating your mom. I'm not dating your homegirl. I'm not dating your sister. I'm dating you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and for me, it really, like, in the beginning, it really wasn't anything. But as we were building our family, and her mom is speaking on, my mom and sisters had made some offensive comments, whatever. And I took it with a grain of salt of her mom expressing herself. I can't tell no grown adult how they should be feeling or talking. But it got to a point where I was sick of it. Like, if you're not going to say it to them and you think you're about to insult my family and continue to insult my family in front of me in a house that I pay bills for, you can respectfully get the fuck out of my house.
That's facts.
You can leave. And for me, that's not my mom, and I should have never had to tell her that. And I felt like, and I would never disrespect an elder, but like, man, and you put me in a precarious situation. Like, this is your mom, and you're allowing her to do this in our home. Okay, I will not ever be cool with that. That's not how we rock. I check my mom, you check yours. If I gotta check both, we're gonna have an issue, and that's what it became.
That's real. No, that's real, man. I wanted to know what thoughts like went through your mind after you got like after you received your first restraining order, man. Like what was going through your mind, man? Because I know for a fact, bro, you wasn't out here wilding like that. Like, and you hear these types of stories all the damn time. But what was going through your mind?
Okay, I got to give you the backstory on that. So, what's crazy is Shorty was really mad that I had left her. Now, I had did some things in our relationship again, like, you know, that you probably shouldn't do in a relationship, bro. Like, however, she was forgiving. She wasn't really that forgiving. She had recorded me in vulnerable moments, like apologizing and at like a low moment, you know, trying to like ridicule and demasculate me as a man, you know, because, you know, I really felt bad. I never wanted my actions to draw this line to where I can't be with my family type thing. But then she made it and kept this video as I'm gonna put this out and expose you type shit. I'm like, okay. So there was a day one of her cousins had moved in. I was coming from Cali and wanted to get his life together. You know, I had a cousin that, you know, was on the streets, and we brought him in. So I was like, you know, we can, you know, it was my cousin's turn last time. He messed up. Your cousin, if he's on the up and up, he gonna get a job. I ain't tripping. You know, do what he do. And I think that's when shit got wicked. So there was a situation where my 3-month-old daughter had scratched and caught me in the eye. Kept scratching me. And so, like, I'm holding my daughter up, hits my face. I said, Mama, you cut that shit out. That I didn't shake my daughter, but dude was like, dude didn't say anything to me. So I mean, honestly, like I said, I didn't shake my daughter. I didn't think that he would take it to the lengths he took it. So he went and told my baby's mom and her mom that I shook my daughter. And so when I talked to bro, and mind you, I have recently seen him, and whenever I see him and try to talk and have this conversation, he backs out and he pushes out, and he just fuck around and disappears, bro. Like on some weird shit, which makes me question, like, bro, did your auntie put you up to that shit? Like, because I never shook my daughter, and I could never understand the narrative. So they were going off of that, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not thinking much of it because I know the truth.
Yeah.
So, you know, fast forward to August of 2017, I left because I was just over her being disrespectful. You know, I pay the bills here. You don't work. You're not contributing to anything. You're 3 months in, and I get, you know, you got to give women time to kind of recover and whatnot. However, like, you're just making a whole bunch of demands for somebody who's not working. You're also, like, not putting your mom in her place. So at this point in juncture, it's just best that we end this relationship. And I'm gonna it was like I was at a barbershop. She had decided that she was going to call me all types of bitches from A through Z.
Yeah.
And my one of my best friends and childhood friends is my barber. And they're hearing the voice message that she left me on Messenger. And they were like, and their old heads was just like, man, nah, you trust me, man, you don't gotta be with nobody to stay with your baby. And I'm like, man, I didn't want my baby in no broken home type of situation.
No, that's
it
real.
Was like, man, you just gonna have to do what you gotta do. And I'm so thankful and grateful to those OGs, because irregardless of everything that had happened that I led up to where I'm at today, that was some of the best advice I ever received, because I was at peace, right? And so I just got a new job. I just got a new apartment in like September, and I'm grinding, man. I'm just like, we gonna build it up. By the time baby girl gets here, everything's good. And then one day I would work like a whole week full of 12s, and then one day I got a knock on my door, and it was a police officer to serve me this paperwork of a restraining order. When I'm reading like the details and the evidence in it, I said, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And
finish line, I ran past it. So egotistic, so cocky, so conceited, cause I'm better than your average. I'm mad sick when I spit that shit. When I spit that flow, she go